Alrighty, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Fantasy World Building. Now, going to be building some roads. But, first things first, there's something I'd like to point out before we actually start this thing. And that is that, well, not last episode, episode 4? I don't remember when it was, but when we were talking, when we were doing the actual road brainstorming and like talking about basically how I want stuff to look down here, and I said that the two main things that were sticking out to me as being how I want this place to look is the area over there where it's like, we can take a look. Up there, in that ravine where it's like carved out. I want the roads to look like that, but I also said that the second thing was I like the idea of things just kind of peeking out occasionally. Well, here's the thing. I've been staring at this wall in an effort to figure out how I want things to look. But here's the thing. Do you notice a difference between this wall and other areas? Like this wall? This wall? This is all lit up. Almost completely lit up. We don't need to light everything up like this. There is no need for this. Like down here, where things are going to be, where people are going to be, sure. But on like a flat wall, we don't need to light literally everything up. It can be dark, especially up towards the top. So, my idea of I want stuff to just peek out occasionally, take a look right there. Just frame this area right here. That's what we can do. Like, it doesn't need to be the structures themselves that just occasionally peek out. It can be the part that's lit up that just occasionally peeks out. You know? So, with that in mind, let's do this road. I could have sworn that I brought more smooth marble down. No? Okay, well, that's the teeniest bit irritating. I brought the ash and everything. Well, that's not what we want. If nothing else, we can do this. Really? Oh, okay. That's a bit more, but what else? Any stone? This is cobblestone. Does this count? No. That's really irritating. What did I do with it? I'm almost certain that I brought it. Certainly I intended to bring it. I mean, I suppose we could probably use this. Maybe not. Nope. Okay, well, that's good. I didn't want to be tempted to use that, because it's really nice, both of these. I suppose we could cook some more up, but I don't want to do that because of this. The embers, this. I did notice, though, that there is an embers furnace thingy. I don't remember what it was called, but that is a thing. So... yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look through the book. Well... yeah, whatever. Okay, so... I think... I like the this on the sides. I like the... where are the lights? Oh, that's a good point. We had the lanterns as well. Do we want to do lanterns? Or do we want to do lights? These are 1 for 1 shard. These are 4 for 1 shard. It is iron. I don't know. But here we go. Now, I believe I mentioned the idea of these people being taller. And I like that idea. I actually really like that idea. I also had an idea for... should it just jog to the side like that? Yeah, I had an idea for remember how we were saying about the whatchamacallit? The road being one way and then having another one on the side going the other way? What if we did it vertically? Like, on one level, we have the road going one direction, and then, on the next level up, we have the road going the opposite direction. Wouldn't that be interesting? I'm not sure how I feel about this just straight jogging to the left right there. Or right. Right. Whatever. But at the same time, how else do you do that? I think it's better if it's like this. Maybe? What if it's like that? Don't particularly like that. We did it like this instead. Where it's like, joop joop. That could work. Now the question is, how do we work in the lights? And how do we work in the regular pattern on the sides? That's gonna be tricky, isn't it? I think this should actually come back. Or over. We want it to reach right here. Oops. Right where this door currently is. How do we get over here? Something like that. Something like that. Well, Because we could there's basically two different ways to do this. There is the angular sort of way of doing it, and then there is the sort of more like whatever you would call that sort of way of doing it. I'm not sure which way I prefer. If we're going to have to then turn this way, though, we're going to have to do it like this. Surely we can't. I mean, I guess we could. Like that. Because like, here's the problem here, right? The diagonal bits. Either you go, I'm not sure how to mock this out. Either you're going along and then you turn and it's like that, or like, here's, if this is the width of the path, is this the width of the diagonal, or is that the width of the diagonal? That's basically what's going on here. And I honestly don't really like that. If it's like that. But here's the problem. The other side of that problem. If we do it like this, be here. That's gonna feel too tight, isn't it? Like that's too close in. See, cause the way, just because of the nature of geometry, and the fact that these blocks are square, this is the width. It's 3 across. This is the width. It's that much. I'm not going to be able to think of the equations off the top of my head, but like the long distance of a square times 2 or times 1. But fundamentally, I mean, it's the same pattern, right? It's these in the middle and these on the sides, right? But not actually. Well, sort of. Well, I mean, it is the same pattern, technically, but because of the way that, well, again, geometry works, it's also not. So, I think we kind of have to go with the other one, don't we? Like, the more... Then again, we could do it that way. I'm running out of these. Hold on a second. Okay. Like that on those sides. And then... that. So instead of thickening the center, we thicken the sides. That looks nicer. And then this would be here. This business here, we're gonna have to just figure out later, because I'm, again, not moving all of this storage at the moment. But I think it would end up here. Like that. Cause it's a straight diagonal here, and then it jogs over. Can we not do that? I mean, theoretically. We do it like that. There. And then that would just be one of these. That's not terrible. It's not terrible. Over here, it would need to be one in. And then we can just put dirt there or dig that out or something. This outer edge is gonna have to... We'll yeah, do something with that later. Okay, that's not bad. I like that. And then that just kind of jogs over. And again, I like the half step or half slab, blah, whatever it's called. For two reasons. One, it's cheaper, and two, it's spawn proof. So even if we mess up the lighting somewhere, especially when we've got weird jogs back and forth, it'll be fine. Won't have to worry about spawning of things. Now the question. Do we go with the lanterns? Do we go with the lights? Oh, I just right now I had an idea. Okay, hold on a second. If we're going... I'm more and more liking the idea... Why do I hear a zombie? Yeah, I'm more and more liking the idea of doing it... Oh, he's above us. Oh. Yo! No, don't you go away. Get back here. Yeah, get back here. Oh. They're making noise at me. What was I saying? Yes, I'm more and more liking the idea of doing different levels. And if we do upper and lower for one way or the other, then you know what we can do? Not that. We can do both. Really? That's irritating. Oh, that's not tall enough either. But like, we'll do the lantern, or the lights down here. We'll do the lanterns up there. That way there will be a distinction. And no matter where you are on the road, you will always know this indicates one way, this indicates to the other. So that there will be a difference, a visual difference while you're walking down the road. That way's north. So... let's see. And then down here we can figure out some way to join them together so that they can both easily go this way. I think that'd be interesting. And then we can have like taller roads. That could be cool. That might be overcomplicating things a little bit, but I like the idea, at least at the moment. This is not tall enough. Either way, though. But if that's going to be the case, I do like the idea of the lights being down below. Down on the bottom layer. Where should we start this? I'm going to say it shouldn't be on the corners. Because again, these blocks are kind of... like, if we have them here... No, I take it back. And actually, I just had another thought. Something you might have noticed. Oops, that's no. If you've been paying very keen attention to the way I place torches, take a look at all those torches. What does every single one of those things have in common? They're all on the top of the block. Like this. But, if you take a look here, they're all like this. Except for these ones. And they're like this. And they're like this. you see, basically, I use this to navigate. When going into a cave, torches on the right, like this. I came in from over there and went that way. So the torches are like this. I put them on this face of the block rather than this face because it makes it much easier when you're done and you're turned around and come back. You can immediately see, oh, those are on the left, we go this way. That's how I navigate through the caves. Even when I don't do this, I very rarely get lost, but when I do this, I don't get lost. I just don't get lost. I might get a bit turned around when the caves are really confusing, but generally, I always know where I am and always know more or less how to get back. So, and then these are strictly for lighting. This is not telling me anything about navigation. This is strictly, this area is dark, it needs light. You put it on the top of the block. So, we could follow the same exact theory to indicate which direction you're going on the road. So the question becomes, which direction should it be? Should it be north and south direction, or should it be into or out of the cities? I like the idea. Yeah, you know what? I think I just made up my mind. We will do something specific in the cities. Let's see. I think I like a width of 3 between them. We'll do this. Zigzag pattern indicates that you're currently in the city or village, or you know, this is between houses and structures, roads. And then get going away from the cities. We'll do one side, like the right side. I think. Yeah, something like that. It's just a quick visual indication of where you are, where you're going. Of course, we could do north and south, but I feel like that's... Is that less useful? Indeed. I'm not actually sure. We could do it either way, to be honest. Yeah, let me know. Let me know which you think would be more useful. Like, something to indicate you're in the town or not in the town. Or north, south. Something like that, to indicate north, south. Obviously also east, west. I think that should go without saying. Oh, that's something we could do. Instead of upper and lower for these, we could do east-west roads, north-south roads using a different lighting source. But that kind of devolves, because when you get to, like, curvy bits and diagonals, that's not as useful. And since we're doing non-straight roads, I'm honestly more and more liking the idea of doing straight roads rather than these. Is that tall enough? No. By the way, I forgot to mention, I did eventually break down and make some iron shears. It's just so much hassle, the other ones. Although, to be fair, these ones aren't that much more durability. 238 versus 100? Yeah. Oops. Okay, well, let's take a look-see here. This I don't love, but this is a specific spot here where it's kind of, doing this thing here. Kind of want to keep this, so I don't really want to do this, so... But I don't want to do well, we can't really do an indent out, because that would again remove that bit of marble there. Probably we can, at the very least, like, vary it up a little bit more. Maybe. Oh, I already did do a bit of that here. But the problem I'm having here is this. Like, if we're making regular bits here, I don't know if I like that, then, like, the diagonals might... I just don't know. It's like the actual floor works fine. It's getting the walls to work along with it that is just... I don't know. Like, I'm liking this bit here. This is nice. Can get up here and look down on the mushroom area. This is kind of interesting. We can definitely do, like, more. Actually, what if we turn these out? Like so. And it doesn't add that much. We did that? No. It's on the floor. It's not as... Can you do this? No. Do something like that, sort of circle-y dealio. But again, like, that's not less of the problem. It's more of these weird bits. This diagonal right here might work okay. I'm not entirely sure. But this bit down here, I'm not sure, because it would be there to... Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Right there. So what do we do with this? What we kind of need to do is only turn on the actual... at the specific spots. That ruins that. There's an idea. What if we just make it wider? Oops. Like, just let the parts where it does, like, jog, just be wider. So we still have these chunks, basically. So then we would do this here. Maybe? No. And then this would go back to be like this. And we're running out. And then the next one would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Right there. This is a little bit of an issue, but I feel like if we just kind of double this up instead... what do 2 walls against one another look like? I mean, it's not great, but it's not horrendous. And if we do that... I do kind of feel like that. Then this is also going to need something. Maybe this. And then we'll figure out some kind of something to go along here. I kind of don't... I kind of want to do walls, but I kind of want to make them one of the other types, but I also... you can't go back. Like, once they're walls, they're walls. So then basically we're gonna have to be a little bit less organic with it. It'll have to be like sort of... Well, there are these segments, basically. I think what we need to do is either jog just over a little bit like that, or go proper straight diagonal. Like it needs to be either one or the other. Less of the like super organic flowiness, if that makes sense. Not there. Just like that. I don't know about that. That could maybe do with if we did that. Something more like that. Well, at this point, I think we're getting somewhere-ish with this, but the next thing that we want to add is going to be... hold on. Bam. Full stack. Bronze blocks. Let's take a look at this. Kinda sort of feel like that should be in those spots. And then just keep it going. How is that looking? Oh, I like that. That right there. This I don't love. Well, guess it's not horrible. Is there any way we could mimic this? Like the floor. So like that. Are we covering any? We are. Don't want to waste them. Whatever we do. Of all the blocks here, these are the ones we definitely don't want to waste. But a little more like that. That's not terrible. Now the question I'm having here is... Don't have enough space. Wait a minute. Do we do something like this? Makes it to where you can't hardly see the bronze. I mean, it doesn't look terrible. But that's kind of... Then what's the point of using the bronze? It's expensive. You know, like, if we're gonna use these like this, it better be worth it. Now, another question is, what does it look like from outside? It's not great up there. But if we're going to be doing a second level of it... Do we want to do the second level? I'm not sure. It would be interesting, but... I don't know if it's really necessary, and I feel like that might be overcomplicating things a bit. I really wish we could make slabs and stairs out of these things. It would be so nice. None of these other bronze blocks would look nearly that nice. We could use this. That is, I did say it looks nice for roofs. Probably. Do that. And it does have slabs and stairs. But yeah, it's kind of getting the idea across a little bit, but there's so much light over there. I think we need to... I don't want to just start taking torches down. And the problem is with the marble, this marble, well, it's the same problem for smooth stone in this version. The slabs don't look like the same material. You know, like these marble slabs, they don't look like marble. Why is there a spider under here? Hello? Oh. Where did you come from? Oh, he spawned up there, didn't he? We actually need to be careful with this shield. It's almost broken. Those pink zombies, they're called Abyssal Anti-Zombies. I know that because one of them got me. Those things hit like a truck, and they wipe out at least 10 durability with each hit when you're blocking. They're actually kind of scary. But that does remind me we do need to make sure this is all lit up. Totally forgot when we brought down the scaffolding, or the blocks around it, we took all the torches with it, so... yeah. As much as we want it to look, you know, cinematic and cool, we also don't want to die down here, if at all possible. But yeah, like these. Although it looks different in that picture. Hold on. Why does that look different? No, it doesn't. It's, yeah. So, like, normally in this sort of situation, I'd say, oh, we can just have slab everything. But no, it's this texture. The old stone half slab texture that doesn't look like smooth stone. Very, very aggravating. Especially aggravating because the stairs look just like this. Although I suppose we could use stairs. That's a thing we could do. Well, anyway. But yes, I'm liking that. That's nice. It's very dark. I think that's what we were going for. Very dark. I'm not super duper happy with this. I'm not at all happy with this. It's kind of... But I don't really know how to fix the problem. Other than to just do straight roads. The problem is, like, having straight roads is great and all, but it gets very repetitive very quickly, no matter how interesting your paths are. Is that a big problem? Is that a huge problem? Is that something that we can just deal with? Like, making your roads turn is a great way to make things more interesting. This is not interesting. This is just frustrating. This could be interesting. I'm not sure how we're gonna do this. Like, 'cause that would be... Wait a minute. No, that should be back one. I think. Shouldn't it? Ah, but here's the problem. The diagonals are weird. So, like, that corresponds to that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. But then it turns again before getting there. Could we pull this out? I suppose. Do it out one more. like here. And that would bring it in line with this. And that would be there. Then this would be here. There. And 1, 2, 3. And that would be in set 1. Then you can't really do... I mean, I guess that works. We'd have to do it like that, though, I think, to make it look nice. Oh, are you serious? Something kinda, sorta, a little bit like this, maybe. Then these would be bronze. That light needs to go. And you know what? We have enough. No. And then something like that. I think. And then we would do this on this side again, I think. And then that there would be a pillar. I mean, that looks kind of cool. That looks okay. I guess the lighting is alright. It does leave this spot here, which is too wide for... Because we've got the straight to here, and the diagonal to here. So that kind of creates 2 pillars. Where there shouldn't be 2 pillars. Does... I mean, I guess there kind of has to be 2 pillars here, right? Or does that need to be... That needs to be that. And then this would be dug back. This wall it's too straight, it's too flush, it's not working for me. This needs to go back 1. These 2 have still not moved an inch. Are you 2 malfunctioning? I don't know. Okay, this is looking less than terribly horrible. But still not super duper. This is still kind of bothering me here a little bit. But again, it's this spot with the marble on the outside, so I don't think... I mean, I guess we could. See, it does this thing. What if this was just a little sturdier, more built up like that? It's not horrible, I guess. Well, that's not bad, I guess. Oh, there. Did you see it? It just did the thing. Lapis. Yes. Nice. For sure, that's what we're doing next episode. This is an awful lot of bronze. We sure we want to do this? I don't know. I mean, again, like, on the one hand, copper and tin is kind of everywhere, but at the same time, that is a stack of blocks. But it looks good, though. Like, look at that. Like, just... Yeah. It's nice. Like, it's that perfect combination between the tins, like, bright, and the warmth of the copper. Like, it's not so bright at, like, the tin where it's drawing your eye. It's not so warm as the copper. It's kind of... Maybe it works. Maybe we're just using too much of it. Maybe... I don't know. This might be just taking it a little too far for the just general purpose roads. It just might be. We might want to use this, because this is just sand and clay for 8, so that's 2 blocks. Well, there's also this. Oh, that's cool. That could work too. It's that, like, neutral, not really in your face kind of color. This, oops, this wall is kind of making it different. That wall is too. Do we have enough to just kind of finish this off a little bit? Is that correct? It's... No, I don't think it is. It's because it's not. That should be there. Remember how I said I'm not moving the storage? Yeah, well, I'm kind of moving parts of the storage. That's just gonna have to stay there for a second. But I think if we just do that, back this up by this, that, these should be these. That can maybe be indented a little further. But, how's that looking? That's nice. That's quite nice. It's very one color. But I think that still works. There's a lot of depth, interesting depth going on. You're getting to see outside. These things really pop with this color scheme. I really like the bronze ceiling. But it's just so much bronze. I guess we'll try out the Caminite. I don't have a whole huge amount of bricks at the moment. Is there any easy way to make these into the large bricks? It's looking like no, so we'll have to craft those specifically. Let's just kind of, if we do that. Yeah, that color does work really nice. I'm not sure about that texture. I do think that those blocks might be better. Okay, there are these. Should have picked a different spot. That doesn't look as good as a ceiling, I would say. What about these? Definitely should have picked a better spot to do this. Oh, that just... meh. Oh, hey, we can make a Dawnstone anvil. Well, not immediately, but that's something we'll need. Oh! I totally forgot to mention that thing. Geologic separator. It basically, when you fire ores, it gives you a secondary output. So you might imagine that I used it to get secondary outputs from the copper and the tin that I put in here. And you'd be wrong, because that would require me to actually remember that that was a thing before firing all of that copper and tin, which I did not, in fact, do. So yeah, at least we have it now. I'm not sure if you can do it like if you can have multiples of them on the block, on the multiple separators on each melter is what I'm trying to say. I don't know if that's how that works. It doesn't seem to say in the book. At least not that I can see. Oh, stop falling on the doohickey. It'll be easier to place this from up there. I mean, I do still really like the bronze, but that's cheaper. And that doesn't look bad. These, if we craft a bunch of this, can we turn it into other stuff? Yeah. Crying out loud. They're both kind of nice, actually. I think I prefer this one as the ceiling. Yeah, maybe. How much of this blend do we actually have currently? So that'd be 16 of those blocks. So if it's 16 per stack, that's not terrible. We did actually get a decent bit of clay. Not much sand, though. That's an issue. Sand. There is that sand spot over that way somewhere. Or sandstone, at least. Might be sand. I don't know. I'll have to check that out. Of course, in most modded, there is a way to crush cobblestone. I wonder if there's any kind of crusher. You know, because like you crush the cobblestone into sand, and then the sand into silt sometimes. Not all mods have that, but a lot of them have. Oh wow, the glow shrooms are really taking off. Oh, it's the 2nd of March. Hold on a second. Got a bit of bone meal. 1 bit of bone meal. Let's see. Will this work? Oh, it works. Yes. Ha ha. Well, there you have it. Take a look at that. Again, the shape is nothing to write home about, but those blocks. Yes. Do you think we should use them sparingly? Especially these ones, because these ones actually do glow. If you watch when I break all of this, it goes dim. Nice. That's actually a nice block. That blue. Definitely. And these things are starting to actually take off a little bit. I wonder if that means that... Oh, these are growing too. It must... I guess March is spring. Yep. Very nice. Okay. Well, on that note, I think we're going to end this episode. We got a bit of road built, laid down, constructed, started, I guess. Started is probably better. Yeah, I think it's going nicely. I don't like this. I'm not too fond of this diagonal, but we can make the diagonal work. I'm increasingly starting to feel like what we should do is instead of doing it too organic-like, it needs to be a little bit more sort of mechanical. Kind of like the way the pipes work. How they've got, you know, discrete bends at specific places rather than any curviness. The diagonals I think we can get away with, but I don't particularly like this. I feel like it would be better if it was either like a proper turn for a complete segment, like one of these complete segments, complete turn, which would put it here, I think? I'm not sure. Or it should just be straight. I don't know which I prefer. We'll have to see. But yeah. I really like the bronze, but it's just so much more expensive. The fact that we can't do anything slab or stairs with them is really... Like, this we could do stairs and curve that much more, like, to where it joops much nicer. Those could be half slabs. Yeah, I think that's gonna be better. Maybe we'll save the bronze for, like, more important areas. More grand areas, I guess. Not necessarily important, but grand. Where you really want to make it look nice on a large scale, rather than just your normal mundane roads, just going from point A to point B. I think that could make sense. But, yes. Next episode... Yeah, we're probably just going to head to the surface. Yes, because that's where the Nether portal is going to go. We'll put it out in the desert somewhere. You know, relatively easily accessible, but not... Well, because the long-term plan is to make the desert into a Nether biome. So, like, where else are we gonna put the portal but in the Nether biome? Seems to make sense to me. So, yeah, we'll go to the surface. We'll do some enchanting, whatever enchanting we can. It's probably not going to be much, but we'll see what we can do. Oh, I should get some more dawnstone made up. We can make an anvil. I think we have enough gold. It's gold and copper, right? And again, we're practically swimming in copper. Although, not as much now that I made a huge amount of bronze. But, like, I literally have to point out into the distance and there's copper in, like, what? 4 places just right there that I can see? Yeah. I don't think copper is too much of a problem. So I'll get some dawnstone made up. I will get some more these things made up. I might just replace the ceiling here between episodes. I don't know. But yeah, and then we'll take a trip to the surface, get some enchanting done, pop through the portal, see what happens from there. So, I will say, hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about the road. I'll be honest, it's not as tall as it could be. If these people are particularly tall, that's not... I mean, it's still a little... Yeah, we could maybe go another block taller. I don't know. Let me know what you think. The idea is just an idea right now. We haven't really done anything major with it. And also let me know what your thoughts are on the potential for vertical, having basically another road right on top of this one that's meant to go in the opposite direction just to avoid traffic jams. I think it's an interesting idea, but it might be kind of a little bit much for the resources we currently have. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. And I hope to see you next time. So, until then, thank you for watching. Whoops. Take care. And farewell.